Newark, California, and I am going to cover the topic of the Visa Bulletin today because this is something that a lot of people been asking me to make some predictions for 2016. As you know, the Visa Bulletin now has been divided into two parts. One is what we call the acceptance area. I am on the March Visa Bulletin, March 2016 Visa Bulletin right now, and as you can see, it has two parts. One is the acceptance part and one is the real actual processing part. So the first part basically just allows you to file for your adjustment of status or file for your National Visa Center processing, but doesn't mean actually you're getting the green card. But it has its advantages, especially when it comes to the I-45, and I'm going to mention some of those advantages in later on. But right now we're going to cover a little bit about the predictions of the Visa Bulletin. As you can see, one thing which is good, I'm going to cover mostly employment base here. As you can see, the chargeability for all chargeability areas except those listed, which basically means any other countries rather than China, India, Mexico, the Philippines. If you look the second category, EB2, EB1 of course is always current most of the time, not always, but most of the time. But EB2 is current, and EB3 is only January 2016. But look at it here. The good news is current everywhere for all those countries. That means basically if someone has a labor certification file under EB3, and EB3 as you know has three categories, which I'm not going to mention here, but even the last category will allow you to file for an adjustment of status. So for those who are not born in India, China, Mexico, or the Philippines, this is great news for you. But unfortunately, the bad news is that for India, the acceptance date, as you can see, is stuck under July 2009. Although you remember there was this mishap where they put it 2011, but it's back to 2009 now. And then you see a little movement to October on India here, and this is not a great movement, by the way. It's only a couple of months from the other Visa Bulletin. But now let us see what will be the trend. What do I think might be the trend on the Visa Bulletin? What I think might be the trend actually is we're going to see a movement up to, on the acceptance side, I think we should have a movement by April, hopefully, bringing this to at least 2010 or beginning of 2011. I'm hoping, because I'm pretty sure that at this point there will be already enough to cover for 2009. So I'm hoping by April, the next Visa Bulletin, we will see some movement. But again, unfortunately, I cannot give you an exact predictions. Lately, I have been really off the chart because of the fact that we have not gotten really a coherent situation where we will see things moving in a direction which is positive for India. But I'm hoping that April we will see something good happening. But again, I might be wrong because April is usually kind of the opening of the fiscal year. That's why you have the H1B, etc. So I'm hoping it will move to maybe a little bit more, at least 2010. So let us cross our fingers and hope on this. As for the upper part processing time, I don't see great movement. Probably it will be stuck to 2008 and maybe latest 2010. That means basically your green card will not be issued. However, if you are in the acceptance, the good news, if you are eligible to file for your adjustment of status, the good news that you will have is that once you file your adjustment of status and 180 days has passed, you will be able to move this under AC-21 to another company, move your entire case. And I repeat that, it's only if the I-45 is filed. Don't believe that I-140 is still there alive, unless of course we have this new law that they are trying to pass. So going back to our predictions, I think hopefully EB3 for other countries will stay the same, but EB2 for India should have a movement on the acceptance, and I'm hoping, because now we are down. I think this was part since September. This has been the October since I've stayed. This has kind of stayed on July 2009. So now, since we are almost like I mean October 2015, they have put it on July 1st 2009, and now we are 6 months down the road, half year. I think there should be hopefully a movement of at least maybe 1 year to 2010. But again, like I said, I might be wrong. These are just predictions. As for the other countries, it seems like there are applications will stay current for many of them, and acceptance side, I mean. But now, if you look, acceptance is here, by the way. That means basically they will accept the application, but the processing time will be this date. Um, so we are hoping that we will see some movement. And remember, this is an election year. Things can move fast, it can move forward, it can move backward. So bear with us, and all the people probably are really kind of getting irritated what's happening. And of course, family petitions also. We are hoping there will be movement, some movement, but they are not great movement. And I'm not going to predict on that because I don't usually kind of count it. So I'm going to stick to the EB categories for India, where I think hopefully by April or ultimately May, we should have a movement on the acceptance side. As for the side of the processing side, I don't see a great movement. We hope to see a great movement, but so far I don't see a great movement. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know there are a lot of predictions out there, but this is kind of my predictions for 2016. After May, once it moves a little bit, this year it will move probably. I don't see any movement after that probably until after the election time when things are going to start moving. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, everything I told you today is purely educational in nature. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. The number to call is 510-742-5887. And as you will see, our website is piralilaw.com, and we will cover issues. If you look at our website, here it is. I opened it, and you will see there we do a lot of things on immigration, including H-1Bs. And as you know, H-1B season is opening, and a lot of people are moving kind of crazy on this. But here it is. H-1B is opening, and I will. You should check with us if you need any help. And the number again to call to our office 510-742-5887. Thank you so much. This was a kind of a bulletin on our predictions for the year. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you follow your dates properly and don't make sudden movement when it comes to your jobs. And if you need help again, 510-742-5887. Thank you for listening. I'll be back with another video.